Hey, board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back on another episode of Gumbo Live. This time we're taking a look at an unboxing of a brand new game that was sent to us by Crowd Games or Crowd Games. This is called Winter Queen. Let's get right inside the box and take a look. So the team at Crowd Games, they've got a long history. So the founder of the company actually started out in Russia with his own game company, and then sold the game company after he got to be one of the most successful game companies in that area. Moved to America, went to law school, and started up a new company after like 10 years later. It's called Crowd or Crowd Games. If you're trying to spell it, it's Crowd, but I think they pronounce it Crowd Games. And what they do is they have their own games, and of course they still do some Russian imports. But so if you've played Space Explorers, for instance, you might have played the 25th century version, but that was originally them. They also do a lot of games with Jet Games, which is another Russian game company that does some really fantastic games. So they reached out to us right before Southern Board Game Fest and said, "Hey, we got a couple of games. We saw your festival. We can get these games shipped to you." And it was a mix. They had some that we did for the play-to-wins, some that went straight into the library, and then they asked us to do a couple of reviews, whichever ones we wanted to. They sent us 5 different games, and these are the 2 that we'll be talking about tonight that I really, that caught my eye. The first one is called Winter Queen. It's a game by Yuri Zhuravljov, and it's an abstract game with absolutely gorgeous art on this front cover. But I want to take a look and see what's inside. All right, first up, we got a rule book. Oh, beautiful rule book. Let's see. Oh yeah, already I'm liking this. It's got the full picture of all the components so that you can see. It's got the objectives right in the rule book. As a wizard in the Winter Queen's annual competition, you will cast spells and vie to claim the title of the Queen's Key Advisor, placing crystals on the Queendom map to gain victory points based on the following conditions. So you're going to be looking at where the crystals are on the map, the effects of your book tiles that you're going to earn during the game, and the color of crystals that you place on the spell books. So those will give you victory points. And this shows you a visual reference to all of the different pieces. I love this. Look, a big, beautiful, full color setup tied back with step-by-step instructions and what to do for different player counts. I would have preferred if the numbers would have matched up to what we're looking at on the rule book. That's okay. We can probably figure this out. A quick overview of the gameplay, like that. Then it explains what each one of those steps are: placing a crystal on the map, crystals on the spell books, activating a spell book, and then of course the game end trigger. Once the last crystal is drawn from the crystals bag, then we do the final steps. We got the final scoring wrap up. And then a little bit, I like this, as kind of an appendix where it goes through the different spell books. And it gives you not just visual references, but it also gives you words. So sometimes we'll look at that iconography and maybe we just don't pick it up. So you can reference this right here. I'd like to see a cheat sheet in the back. There isn't. It's more of a, who's who in here. It's got the game designer. It's got the artists in here. Project managers, that's Maxim Istomin, the owner of the company. And a little bit about the playtesters. I like all this part. To me, it always could be a separate sheet, though. I like to see where there's a rules reference over here. All right, a little cheat sheet, as you will. So let's take a look and see what's inside the box. First off, oh, okay. Now, just as I complained about not having a cheat sheet, wouldn't you know, there it is. Each one of the players, it's a 4-player game, of course, and each one of the players has a nice little cheat sheet, which shows, it's going to show the setup, what to do on your actions, and then a quick explanation of all of the little abstract parts to the game. Okay. I like that. We're covered nicely with some good player reference sheets. Okay. Now we've got victory points, I'm assuming. Yep. Victory point board. These punch out very nice and thick. I like that. What else do we have? I'm going to make some assumptions, and maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should pull out the rule book and see what we got here. So Yep, so this is the first player token. Figured that right away, because it looks just like the cover. First player token, okay. We've got the crystal holder tiles, and that'll be one for each one of the players. Yep, I like that. And we've got Queen's Domain tiles. These look like they can go right side up if we wanted them to. And of course, plenty of victory point tokens. So I'm going to punch all these out just to make sure. Yeah, these all punch out nice and clean, so no issues at all. All right, covered them all. 3 of these are blank. Oh, I like that already. Okay, I'll put that aside. Quick look at those, what do they call them? The Queen's Domain tiles. There are 8 of them. Some of them are blank, so I don't need to show those. Yeah, very nice. Okay, what else? We got the main game board. Okay, slide that over there. Main game board. And if we were setting this up, we'd put some tokens here. Yeah, we'll put that there. And it looks like some blank ones would go out there too. Blue like that. Yep. Looks like all the castles are covered up. Okay. All right. And then put that on the side. Both sides of the mat. So it's a double-sided, but both sides are the same. All right, so you can start already, you can kind of see how this is going to definitely be an abstract game. What else do we have? We've got the spell books. These sort of look like the spell books from Quacks of Quedlinburg. Yeah, kind of the same shape and size. So these would be next to the county of the queendom. There's 4 colored counties, red, green, purple, and green. So you shuffle all 20 of the spell books. Yeah. Shuffle them all up. And then you'll divide them into 4 equal piles, but you want to do it face down so that we can't see it, right? Nope. Yeah, shuffle them face down and then put them face up. So you'd kind of scramble them like that. And they actually are curved. Let me show you that real quick. They're actually curved so they fit to the side of the board. That's a nice touch. All right, we'll grab 5 of them like that, put them each to the side. It looks like they'll actually kind of touch each part of the board. So it'd be like the red ones here, and the green ones would touch here, purple ones would touch there, and of course the blue ones would kind of touch there. Kind of leaning right toward the shields or the herald signs that we've got. I think that's the way it goes. Okay, what else do we have in the game? Oh, I like this touch. Oh, yeah. I'm always appreciative when they go through and they'll make something look pretty. I mean, okay, now my color's a little bit off. That's not the color. It's not green. It's actually blue. I have to fix that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I guess because of the zoom. But the color's a little bit off here. I'm going to have to fix the contrast. But it's kind of a blue, like a snowy or icy blue there. And that'll be for the tiles, I'm assuming. You put the crystals in the bag, okay. So let's do that next, right? Okay, now I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting tiny, teeny little crystals that we usually see in games like this, but nope. We're talking tremendously big crystals. Look how big these things are. Wow. These are huge. Big, I mean, these are, 3 of them would fit my little finger. Wow, nice. All right, and I'm just going to dump them all right into that bag. We've got purple, green, blue, yellow, red, all the different colors. In a 2-player game, we would place 3 on each of the holder tiles. So I thought this was going to be more like a player thing, but it's actually, I guess we'd put Two-player will play 3 tiles within easy reach of both players, and then we'll draw crystals. We would return 3 crystals for each one, so it scales down to 2 if we're playing it. If we're scaling for 3 and 4, it looks like you'll put, you'll scale down for 2 with taking out 3 crystals, and then for 3 players, you'll scale down by taking out 1. So we wouldn't have this big, thick bag here, but it looks like we grab some random ones, and we'll place 3 crystals on each of the tiles. Yeah, like that. Comme ça. Comme ça. Yep. All right, and we got we'll put these chips on the side. Okay. Once those, return the remaining 3. Okay, so I put these to look exactly like the picture here in the rule book, but actually what we would do is we would actually randomize these, and then the 3 others would go back into the box like that. So, all right. And then the rest of the game is going to be one of these abstract type games where you're going to be placing available crystals from on an empty space of the map, placing on an empty page in your spellbook tiles as you get those, and then activating your spellbooks. And each one of the spellbooks looks like they have cool little actions on there so you're limited to 3 spellbooks on there. And when you activate it, you will choose one of your spellbooks holding at least 1 crystal. And the more crystals you can power up your spellbooks, the more powerful the action is going to be, it looks like. So we will get that. And then once the last crystal is drawn out of the bag, that'll trigger the end game. And we'll look for those final scoring touches that we talked about, where you'll roll all the effects of your spellbooks one more time. If you have at least 1 crystal, you'll score the victory points like you normally do. And that's what these little symbols are. They're basically looking for things that are on the board, and you'll be able to score those points there. And then you'll reveal the victory point tokens that you've been collecting in the game, and the one with the most wins. So it's a little bit abstract. It's a little bit of pulling. So I'm sort of getting kind of an Azul vibe a little bit with the way you're pulling things out. But I also like the fact that you've got these upgradable spell books that are going to kind of give you different ways to direct your victory point strategy during the game. So it looks intriguing. I don't know a lot about it, but I am very curious to play. All right, so that's an inside look at Winner Queen from Crowd Games or Crowd Games. I am really looking forward to trying this out. It's an abstract game, but one of the things that I like, it's not just perfect information abstract. There's some hidden information there, and also these upgradable spell books are going to kind of channel the way that you're going to get victory points. So I'm excited to play it. I want to thank Crowd Games for sending us a copy to take a look at. Look for us to play this on the Twitch channel at some point. Until next time, laissez les bon temps rouler.